ROFLSTOMPING noobs at the AETHER REVOLT pre-release. This is my undefeated 4-0, 8-0, and 8 wins, 1 loss deck. Welcome and much love here. Won these packs, which I will be giving away, not in this video, but before I leave for Ireland. Make sure to come back. Yo, what's going on? Blinding lights. Welcome in, much love. Trav here. Here's how to crush noobs at the AETHER REVOLT pre-release. Actually done it. So let's talk about the process a little bit. Let's talk about the pool. I hope everyone at the pre-release had a lot of fun. I'm just fucking around, although I can actually be an asshole when playing. I like to win. I'm a play-to-win type of guy. That's just how it is, and it's funny that way. And it's fun to win too, and win prizes, and especially when it's big cash prizes, as we get ready for some tournaments coming up this year. So I had another video on the process of how to build a good sealed deck, and I followed that process. I started off by cost sorting, or color sorting, and then I cost sorted, and then I built the deck based on a little bit of removal. I wanted to play my rares, of which there are many, and importantly, I took a picture and I posted it to my private group, the Mastermind, and I asked some people around for feedback. So I got the chance to make some adjustments, but the reality is I built it 100% perfect the first time. GG noobs, don't need feedback. I'm too good. No, I mean, maybe there's some adjustments, but really good. So I also talked about how you want to play extra mana and have mana sinks, and I really went hard on that. I'm not sure if a lot of people played Watchful Automaton. 3-mana Scry 1 was really good for me. I played the Aegis Automaton, 5-mana return another creature, was crazy for me. I bounced Trophy Mage 3 times in one game, spent over 20 mana on Trophy Mage in the game. That was the only game that I lost, but I was super happy to have these mana sinks. At common, you can have access to those because I had some comments come in like, oh man, I got mana flooded. Well, I can't possibly get mana flooded in this deck. I can get mana screwed, can't get mana flooded. I also built a 2-color deck. I mentioned you can splash a late game draw, and I splashed Quicksmith Rebel, the red rare that turns your artifact into a pinger. But I had a Spire of Industry, a mountain, a Prophetic Prism, and a map, so I was able to splash that very easily. I don't recommend splashing early game, splashing fixing, or splashing if you don't have a strong reason to. Like, I have these removal spells and this ATOG, but not worth it. Better to just keep things simple. Couple Caught in the Brights right now, jeez. And that's pretty much it. And 1 Ice Over for removal. Only 1 Sky Skiff to attack with the Caught in the Brights, but that's okay. Other mana sinks, the Dockhand was really good. It's a 1-drop, 4 mana, lets you draw cards. Walking Ballista was outrageous. Lets you turn your extra mana into ping spells. Super bright washout. Scrap Trawler, when it dies, or another artifact dies, you get to pick your Ballista back up to your hand. I had this one as well, so I went kind of all in on artifacts. Prophetic Prism, Glintnest Crane. Automaton didn't happen, but could happen. A couple cyclable artifacts. Monitor, Trophy Mage, Foundry Inspector. This was surprisingly insanely good. Efficient Construction. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, you get a 1/1 Thopter. Tons of artifacts and ways to pick them up from the graveyard and from play. So I went off. I had a match where I went up against turn 2 Heart of Kirin foil. Both games I was on the draw. And maybe I was in the play game one. I don't remember. But I just chumped it forever. Wasn't able to remove it. Just made a bunch of 1/1s. I have a Gear Hulk. I don't actually think this card is very good. It never was very good. It was 5 mana, 4/5 Vigilance. It was like a Bastion Mastodon. I would have a bunch of enchantments in play and couldn't play it sometimes. I had to scry it to the bottom when I really needed something. The best it was is basically a 5 mana, 4/5, and we both sack a creature, so not super good. This Tactician, this one's cuttable. I didn't like it that much. It would get stuck in my hand. It's supposed to bounce artifacts, but not everyone plays artifacts. Aeronauts was my best 5. Revolt gained 5 life. Was able to do that a couple times. And then Gear Seeker Serpent. So, as you can see, a lot of really solid deck with lots of rares. A bit weak to big vehicles like Freighter. I just had to chump block them or throw a bunch of things in front and hope that that worked out, and it worked out okay. Let's see. So player first. Well, again, it doesn't matter too much if you're winning. You're going to play second. This deck obviously likes extra cards, but this is a deck that's very easy at turning mana into extra cards. So given the option, if you don't have a lot of things like this, I think you want to be going second and sealed. I didn't mind going first because of cards like Merchant's Deckhand. If I go first, sure, I'm down a card, but I'm just going to get my extra card through this, or through the Trophy Mage, or through the Crane, or through these. So that was good. And then we had the Treasure Keeper, which would cascade and cast something and make a 1/1 and return not the scrap, but Ballista. Ballista was crazy. Pretty solid deck. Obviously, when you play 5 rares, you're happy. So I played all 6 rares. Obviously, when you play 6 rares, you're happy. None of them are necessarily that bomby. Probably the Rebel and the Ballista are the best ones. But Ballista is not like you win. It's a slow takeover, hopefully. And that's the deck. I didn't play Swooper. I think this card is not very good. I didn't play Theorist. I didn't play any more red because I didn't want to splash. I didn't play a second Automaton. Didn't play a Drake. Didn't play a Shipwreck. I thought about playing the Construct. This was the last card I cut. Whenever you cast, the lighting is funny. Whenever you cast an instant, or whenever you use an activated ability, it gets +1/+1. That looks really cool, actually. But I figured it's just so clunky, I might as well cut it. I think it would have been fine. Give it +1/+1 from the monitor, from the from this. You could really buff it with this, buff it with that. So it's just until end of turn, so cut it. That's the deck. Wanted to share it with you. I'm doing Two-Headed Giant tomorrow, and maybe I'll do a review of that, but just wanted to show you that my noob crushing strategies really do work, and I've got the packs to prove it. And again, I'm not going to give them out in this video, but I will give them out. I'll try to do like 4 giveaways in one video before I leave for Ireland, so stay tuned for that coming in this next week. And much love. Magic for good, baby. And see y'all in the comments. Happy pre-release.